Okay, we are ready to rock, you guys, boys and girls, minus the boy, because we're missing John Houston. But this is your leadership call for the week. It is definitely October 25th, and we are in the last week of our leadership mentorship group. There's a lot of ships going on in that phrasing. For the month of October, we are starting a new one in November. For the next 2 weeks, this Thursday night call is going to move to Tuesdays. Next week's call is going to be all about our new tracker. So like we're still going to do the thing we do at the end where I ask you guys questions and I hold you accountable. I think at least, but we're definitely going to have a session where I'm explaining the breakdown of every single part, and there's going to be new people in the group that are adding in next week, Tuesday. Okay. Then the next call is going to be that next week, Tuesday, because on Thursday, it is the Houston vow renewal in Vegas. And so me and John and Heidi and anyone else who would like to join us in Vegas will be there. And so we are going to make this a Tuesday night thing. If Tuesdays don't work for you, can you let me know? Just send me a little message just so I can, okay, that doesn't work for you. Okay. So 100% we'll record it, but I'll keep that in mind and not permanently move it to that day because I really want you to be involved. Okay. So other than that, the plan is Thursdays. Tuesday is my backup for the backup day. So today, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about majoring in the minor and minoring in the major. So I'm going to explain what the heck that means after I tell you guys about the wedding that I performed. So you guys know that I am an ordained member of the Church of the Universal Church of Seattle online. You guys know this about me, right? Super ordained minister here. Very official. It was like a 5-minute little like boop doop doop. When I put my hair down like this, you guys notice that I look naked because I was doing a call with someone I didn't know earlier, and she was like, "Are you or are you not wearing clothes?" Like, I know that you're living in a camper, and anyway, I just keep thinking about it. It keeps making me laugh because it does, like, it naked. Anyway, focus. So ordained minister. We were talking about being an ordained minister. So you guys, I was so excited to officiate this wedding. It was for my friend KJ and her, her fiance Jen, and they are both people that I've known forever and ever. And I was so excited about it. And I spent the whole week watching like lesbian wedding ceremonies to get ideas. And I was like typing out ideas and doing more research and typing out other ideas and like trying things out and telling my dad, like performing little ceremonies for like the teddy bears because I was in Michigan at my childhood home. And you guys, I was so excited about it. I met with them. I talked to them, got all of the like little detail things, the cutesy things I could add into the ceremony to make it like the best experience in the entire world for them. And I get to the wedding ceremony. So it's like not the day of the wedding, it's the day before. And I'm supposed to go and spend the entire weekend with them. And I realize that I don't have like a folder thing, like, like okay, this is a bad example because it's covered in unicorns and campers, but like a black folder to put my little officiant speech in. I didn't have one. So I was like, does anybody happen to have a folder? And no one does. And so then I spend the next 2 days focused on like, but I don't have a folder, but I don't have a folder, but I don't have a folder. And I didn't have a way to get a folder. And I was like, I need the folder because otherwise I'm going to be up there and I'm like not going to have a folder. I'm going to have these papers and they're just going to be like flapping around. They're going to hit me in the face. They're going to hit the bride in the face. They're going to hit the other bride in the face. Like I need a freaking folder, and I didn't have a car, and I didn't have a Walgreens that was near the house that I was staying at, and no one else gave a shit about the folder, but I was like fixated on this freaking folder that I did not have. And guys, at the end of the day, I was able to find something black to stick my page to, but it became very freaking apparent to me afterwards that the folder does not matter. That the delivery, me being there and officiating the ceremony with love, the delivery and what I was doing is what mattered. And if I showed up with this, a unicorn camper booklet, they probably would have thought it was hysterical. And if the papers were flopping about a little bit in the wind, they probably would have smiled because I was there delivering something that mattered. I was delivering content, I was delivering love, and I was doing it with a pure heart. I wasn't doing it with negative intentions. But I feel like so often in this industry, we get fixated on these little teeny details of what we don't have or what we can't do. These little teeny details that it's like, who gives a crap? Like, you guys, it's a wedding. Who gives a crap what color folder the officiant is holding? Have you ever noticed that? Ever? Have you ever been to a wedding and been like, should have gone with the navy, man? Like, no one cares. It's not whatever anyone's there for. No one's looking at that. That's not the point. It's not the takeaway. It's not what people remember in the long run, okay? So we need to remember the same thing for our business. I don't know what it is for you. Maybe it's Google Forms. Maybe it's filters. Maybe it's those little highlights on Instagram that are all different colors and everybody else has like the perfect ones and you don't have them yet. Maybe it's an onboarding system. Maybe it's a schedule that you feel like really works. Maybe it's a follow-up system that you feel like works for you and you get fixated on it and you're like, if I just had the right one, everything would be better. And it's like, yeah, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. I'm telling you right now, whatever little details you're fixated on are not the point. The point is what you are doing to help people and what heart you're doing it with. Now, Lisbeth, I'm going to give Lisbeth some cred right now because this woman is the busiest freaking human on the planet, and she does not allow herself to get wrapped up in the black folders of this industry because she doesn't freaking have time. There's no way in hell that Lisbeth is sitting there like teal or turquoise, teal or turquoise, teal or like, no, that's not happening. She's like throwing things up and she's like cooking dinner and she's doing her personal development, and with her like left foot, she's like typing a business opportunity post. Like, this woman is insane and has all of my respect. But that is why, do you guys see this shadow that makes me look, oh, it's my braids. Okay, we're cool. I was like, do you see the grill? The like, great. Anyway, I'm so easily distracted. The point is that anyone who has done this business and been a part-time coach and gone to a full-time coach, man, don't pick your nose. I see you, bro. I see you with the finger right up the nose. Straight up the nose in the bed. Are you guys all seeing this too? Gross. Now she's eating it. Not okay. So if you've gone from being a part-time coach to a full-time coach, none of you guys have, but I have, you will find out from everyone else who's done this that your business, you do not work more on your business when you're part-time. I know you think that you would. But you don't. And I'm saying this based on every single other full-time coach that I have ever met. When you are working a full-time job, you are so structured. And the more things that you have on your plate, the more structured you are, the more disciplined you are with your time. As soon as you are a full-time coach or you are doing this full-time, you start to count things as business activities like eating lunch. Like, that was on my to-do list today. Eating. Lisbeth, how do you feel about that? Yeah, I know. Lisbeth is like laughing. Like, are you freaking kidding me right now? Like, I've got a to-do list, 7 million things long, and all of them, like, someone will die if I don't do them. And we're over here like, I really need to make sure I pay my bills. Business, check. I need to eat lunch. Business, check. I need to like color code this so it makes more sense to me. Check. I need to like create another system. Like, this is so my brain. And I've done this a million times, and you guys, it does not make a freaking difference at all in your business. It is a distraction. It is focusing on the black folder. And I've done it so many times. I want to help you guys not to make that same mistake, because the bottom line is we have certain activities that we need to do every day. You can do them however the hell you want to. You can do it with your style, with your heart, with your intention. But there's certain things that have to be done, and we know they have to be done in this business because everyone who's doing well is doing these same things. And so we are being scientists and saying, okay, this is what we're seeing correlates with success. You need to be doing personal development. If you're not, you're going to get burnout. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to get overwhelmed. You are not going to feel the growth that you would and that you need to want to keep going. It's essential. Affirmations keep your brain in the right spot. They are so important. If you stop doing them, it will hurt your business. Invites. You can invite to whatever the heck. Kay Bella had the best freaking idea this week or last week or whatever week she thought of it. But like her whole MO is like, she's a therapizer. She's a therapist. I call her therapizer, but she's a therapist. And like, she is so smart when it comes to habits and addiction and all of that. And she is going to help people so incredibly much by replacing whatever their addiction is with healthier health and fitness options and replace the habit instead of just trying to get people to stop doing whatever addiction. Like she's got a whole system and I don't get what it is and I don't understand it because that is her thing. And that's why I am not leading the Overcoming Addictions group, but she is tying Beachbody programs with overcoming addictions. And now she's psyched. Like I bet this girl has had to so many times today convince herself to do parts of the business. And she'd really rather be creating this course on overcoming addiction because she's so psyched about it. Okay, Lisbeth. I didn't tell Lisbeth to create a course. Homegirl just went ahead and she's like, oh, by the way, like in my free time, I made a course for new moms that are trying to, it's like, okay. But she did that because it's something she's passionate about. Okay, she's delivering it with love. So it doesn't matter what you're inviting to, as long as you are inviting people to join you in something you're passionate about and you're entering these scenarios with a full heart. If you're inviting them to something that I planned, it's not going to mean the same. Example, I was having a conversation with some coaches recently, and one of them was saying, I just can't get anyone to commit. I'm so frustrated. I can't get anyone to freaking commit. I talked to a ton of people, but no one will commit to a challenge. I said, when is our next challenge? And she just stared at me. What are you inviting people to? If you don't know when our challenge is, have you even committed to it? Because it's going to be hard to get other people to commit to a challenge you haven't even committed to yourself. I'm just saying. And if it is a challenge that you had no investment in, you have not put your heart in, you haven't been a part of planning it, you're not psyched about this challenge. You're inviting people to my party and then you're bummed that they're not showing up, but you didn't even show up. So that's why I'm saying we got to focus on the main thing, keeping the main thing the main thing. So many people in this business, when I say they major on the minor and they minor on the major, it's like they put all the attention on these systems or these filters or these little things that yes, could enhance your business, but it's not the main point. The main point is helping people, is delivering content. And if people are signing up for a $160 challenge pack, I hope you're offering way more value to them than that. Okay, because that's what we do. We offer value. We over-deliver. Okay, so main takeaway from this, I hope that you guys get, is that you guys have to have some belief in you. In order to deliver a message to people and deliver it with your whole heart and give them content and really believe in what you're doing, you can't just believe in the mission of Beachbody. You have to believe in your mission, and you have to believe 10 times harder in your ability to deliver it. Because you can believe in your mission all day. Somebody like mine, when I started out, my vision was I wanted to help women who had gotten their self-worth tangled up with their weight. Like, what the heck do those two things have in common? That's where I started out. My self-worth was shit when I started out. And it was so intertwined. It was so tangled in my head with my weight, with my numbers. Like, with the way that I looked, or the way I perceived that I looked, it was so like, it was one and the same. And I want to help women to sort that shit out. That's my mission. But guys, I can believe in that mission 100% and not have success in this business. Because if I don't believe in my own ability to be the one that makes that change, if I don't believe in my own ability to help women sort that out, I'm not going to be able to do it. And what I have found is that so many times in this business, I have felt like a failure because I felt like I wasn't at a level of success. And so there was no way that I could help you guys get to a level of success. Like a woman who was just speaking on one of my calls, she said, she was talking to Josh Coates, and she was like, I'm a failure. Like, I can't help people to replace their incomes. Like, he said, well, what's your goal? What are you trying to get to? And she said, I want to make $5,000 a month doing this. He said, okay, where are you at right now? And she's like, I'm making like $1,000 a month. He said, well, okay, so could you help people make $1,000? Like, could you help people get to that level that you're actually at of making $1,000? And she was like, oh yeah, like no hesitation. She was like, yeah, I could totally help people do that. And he goes, well, if you got like a couple people to do that, don't you think you'd be making $5,000? Like if you got 5 people, you know what I mean? Like if you can help duplicate that system, not where you want to be, but where you are right now. So think about where you are right now. And think about, what if you just help people to get where you're at now? What if you've helped 3 or 4 people, what if you helped people to help 3 or 4 people? Can you do that? And what would your business look like if you did? Because I think it's so easy to compare and say like, oh, Kerri's here and she's at this level and I have to get to this level and then I have to help other people get to that level and I can never do it. And it just feels so defeating. But if you look at where you're at and say, okay, when I have helped 2 to 3 people, what did I do to do that? Can I teach other people how to do the same thing? And if the answer is yes, what if you did that twice? What if you did it 3 times? What if you, like me, taught people how to do it and then they do it better than you? That's the best. Like, take it and kick some ass. Ideal. Okay, so takeaways. Got to keep majoring in the major. Can't major in the minor, minor in the major. With a lack of belief in yourself and a strong vision, you're not going to get anywhere. Okay, so it is 7:22. We're going to move on to the questions. So the 3 questions are, they are questions, and I have them. On a scale from 1 to 10, thank you, Lisbeth. You're driving. Safety is sexy. Focus on the road. On a scale for, I just had like a brain fart because Athena Batman was looking like taking a deep breath, and I want to come and hug you right now, girlfriend, because I know you've had a shit-tastic week. And I love you. And also on a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate your business this week? On an action level. Second question is, what are your current numbers for the month, both in sales and recruits? And then number 3, is there anything that I can help you with this week? And I would say it's kind of interesting because I'm going to guess that the people who feel like they're struggling most have kicked the most ass. It's like so funny how we define our own successes and failures in this world. But let's go ahead and start with Athena Batman because you're looking so cute, girlfriend. Here we go. Unmuting you.
All right. So the rating is not so great this week, I don't think. I don't know. I want to say I put myself about it 4. I've stayed positive through a really super shitty week. And I've tried to keep on top of my posts, even though I have a lot going on that I won't bore anybody with. But sales and recruits. I am at Success Club 5 currently with 3 new coaches this month.
Success Club 6.
Yeah, well, technically 6, yes. Okay. And
do you see Lisbeth saying, "Holy shit"?
No, I don't see anybody but you.
Okay.
But trying to think here. I did get that one that we talked about converted over. So I'm getting some fire lit under her butt. So I'm just kind of switching things over. And yeah. So when it comes down to something you can help with, I think right now I just need to help myself by getting all this lovely mess that I've been involved in taken care of. But I mean, I think you've done an amazing job being a coach and a friend and keeping me uplifted when I needed you, and I appreciate that.
Of course.
I will definitely reach out to you if I come across something that I can think of, but I still haven't really thought of anything since our last talk. So,
okay. You wanna tell people what they can like send vibes to or pray for you about, or like give them how can we support you? There's only 5 of us other people on this call right now. And this has kind of become a pretty tight-knit group, but it's not going to become any tighter by us all like dealing with our shit 100% separately.
I just don't want to bore people. I mean, I know we all have issues and stuff, but I'm going to cry.
Bye.
Anyways.
Feelings are cool, right, Allie? Yeah.
Feelings, I saw her post. No, so I have a family of 6, and my husband and I bust our ass every day at work. I have a business, and he is a federal supervisor. Long story short, business isn't doing well here, and harvest is not going well for him, so our checks are super duper low. And any money we have coming in is just being grabbed. So we're about to lose our home. We only rent, but we have nowhere to go on the first yet, and we're scraping together dimes. So I would appreciate some prayers for hopefully somewhere to go and to fall into some kind of path of some finances falling into place. So that's it.
We love you, dude. I mean, it's impossible. It's an impossible situation, but us knowing it's not going to hurt, now you've got 5 more people who are rooting for you, sending positive energy your way, loving on you. We can give, we can't do anything to fix it, but there is something to be said for support and friendship. And we want to be that for you. So thank you for being willing to be put on the spot by me. And just know that even though you can't see everybody else's face, they're totally sending you visual love right now.
I got a message from Faye. She's a sweetheart. And thank you. I do appreciate it because it helps. Then I don't feel like I allow myself to really open up to many people. So for me to actually even get on there, Kerri knows that that's really.
I know. She's a badass with the tats, and she's Athena fucking Batman. There's no
I hold it in.
you hold it in, and you hold it in so well for your family and everybody else. But, we're here and we got you. And if you guys can remember throughout the week just to send positive messages or just, energy her way. That's what makes us a crew, makes us a fam. Baby Bay, you want to go?
I'm raising my hand.
I see that. That's why I called on you. I see your little thing.
My progress was horrible. I just posted yes on all my shit right now in the tracker. But I'm doing it. Even though I'm not in the tracker, I'm still doing it. I promise.
But you got to be in the tracker because that's what because if we're not in the tracker, then we can't expect our people to be, and then they're all freaking loosey-goosey and you have no idea what your people are doing.
I know, I need to set a reminder to just keep it open when I'm doing my power hours.
Yep.
And what was the other ones?
What are your current numbers?
Success Club 20, but I have a girl signing up tomorrow in the morning, so 22.
And coaches?
And then 0.
No. Okay.
It's okay, because next month will be good.
Okay. Rock on.
I have a lot of coaches signing up next month.
There are a few people in here. There are a few people in this group who have expressed like really, really wanting to know like what you're saying to get people to seal the deal. Would you be willing to share like the ends of some of these conversations, like put it into a Google Doc, like just a handful of conversations that have ended in a yes, so we can creep on your convos and like steal your wordings?
Yeah, I just posted in one of the groups my script I'm using right now. Yeah, I can make a Google Doc.
Just like how to close the deal with the ending
like
question.
My whole combo. Yeah.
That'd be great. And is there anything that I can help you with?
No.
Okay. Great job, Bay. All right, Allie Pally. I'm unmuting you.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay. From 1 to 10, I'd probably say a 9. I've been sending out like 100 to 200 invites a day for the last like 3 days, and I like can't keep up with what came back from that. It was all those people that I had like started talking to in the beginning and was terrified to invite, and I like dug back through all my messages and like restarted conversations with them and then invited like a ton of people. So I have a girl signing up tonight, and then another girl who's getting back to me tonight, and then 4 other people who are really close, like we're talking about pricing. So
dang, dude.
I went kind of hard.
Yeah, no kidding. You did hit it hard. Why? What did that?
The coach retreat, I like figured out how to talk to people and like how to handle them saying no and not caring if they say no anymore. Just realizing it's not the right thing for them at that time and just moving on from it and like not taking it personally.
So now you're able to do that many more conversations, because before you were doing less because there was like too much emotion involved. Is that?
I was like talking to people the first like 2 or 3 months that I was doing this. I was talking to a lot of people and not inviting very many of them, or if I was inviting them, they couldn't really tell I was inviting them. Like it was really like awkward and unconfident, and I don't know, it was bad. So I just kind of like went back through my whole messenger and like pulled all those people back out because I had a terrible tracking system and wasn't really tracking people. Yeah, so I got kind of organized this week, basically, partially thanks to you.
You got organized thanks to me. Can we get that in writing? Can I get that on a banner or something? Did you all hear that? We have it recorded, actually, so I feel good about that.
There you go.
And is there anything I can help with?
No, I feel pretty good for right now, but I'll let you know if anything comes up.
Okay, cool. How about Kay Bella?
As far as action level, I've completed everything in the tracker for like human interactions, so conversations, and I need to do follow-ups tomorrow, but I did like a whole bunch of hey girl, hey dudes, and invites and stuff. So I doubled the invites all but one day, and so I was pretty happy with that. But that actually came from just kind of similar to what you said, Allie, with like I did that in the beginning, and I still find that I do that sometimes. So I'll just look through and notice that there are a lot of people that I started a conversation with, but for some reason or another, I just kind of backed off or was, just didn't take that final step to invite or continue on with. So I think it still has been closing the deal with me, and I don't really know why that is. It just, and like, I don't know, when I think back on the people who have said, yes, I want to do it, it's just that then they just drop off. Like I send them the information, I send them, the links, and I say, can you check these out? I check back in with them. And many of them just ghost me and they stop responding. And I've followed up with them a couple of times since then. And then I've also had people that just, it ends up turning out like some random thing happens, like suddenly their husband goes into the hospital, or suddenly they break something and they're like, oh, I'd love to be involved, but actually I just broke my foot, or, broke my back or something. You're like, oh, okay. That's unfortunate. So I'm
Are
having
those,
lots
are
of
you,
good conversations, but
so for, like, I think all of us get those, everybody gets those, and that's totally normal. I've started handling that kind of in a different way than I used to. In the past, that would have been like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, obviously, if they just broke their back or something, you're not going to be like, have you thought about the 2B mindset? Like, give them a little time to recover. But having them in your system to like really genuinely follow up with them. Like, sometimes I'll put in my calendar, like, if they tell me a date of an appointment, like, I'll put it in my calendar to check in with them and see how those appointments go. And I've started to get a lot more response just by doing like the video messages that you saw me doing in your kitchen that I added you in. I've been doing a lot of video messages with people who are responding on Instagram to answer their questions that way. And I feel like they can get more of my vibe. But when they say that they're interested, I'm really asking for, like, I'm putting some urgency on it. Like, I'm making my roster on this date, so I need to have the numbers finalized. And I'll follow up with them multiple times and be like, if this is not the right time for you, this is not the right date for you, this is not the right challenge for you, 100% fine, but I need you to let me know, because I've got you on my list. I'm going to keep following up with you until you tell me one way or the other. If this isn't right, I would love to hit you back next time, if that's okay with you. I don't want to keep bothering you. I don't want to be bothering you at all. And so I've been really direct lately with like, hey, so you haven't responded to the last couple messages, and like, I don't want to be bothering you. So like, if you're not interested, if this just isn't a good time, let me know. But if you're like, please stop sending me messages, I totally will. Be fine. Yeah. And I find that they respond more. Like, I'm getting more response.
Yeah, and I think I'll probably need to do that. I just end up usually, like, if they stop responding, like, I'll do it a couple of times. I'll do it like 2 or 3 times. And if they still don't respond, then I just wait until the following month to invite them.
I think that's fine. Yeah, that's pretty much how I'm doing it too. Like, I'm not going to keep going, but unless they had said yes, and then I'll like make sure that I follow up. But if you follow up 2 or 3 times, then you're already at the next month.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
Yeah,
I do it usually a couple days apart. So it's like, yeah, but anyway, so I think I'll try doing that a little bit more. Hopefully that'll help. Otherwise, I don't like, pushing people when, I feel like if they want it, they'll let me know. But I don't know if that's just me wanting, like, I respect people's space. I like people to respect mine. So yeah. Like, if I'm not getting back to somebody, there's probably a reason, and I just kind of need some space.
Usually for me, it's like a squirrel situation, and it has nothing to do with anything other than like I saw it, but I was busy. So then I did this other thing. So I appreciate multiple follow-ups.
Well, and so I get a little bit of both. I end up, you know, since many of them are my kind of people, that's how they respond as well as like. So anyway, so yeah, it's like a combination of both of those. But I think if I kind of set it up more as a deadline, but I don't know. Okay, so I guess I have a question so let me finish with these first. So 1 to 10, how would you rate the biz? I'd probably say like an 8 or a 9. I feel like my action is really good. But I think for the kind of results that I really want to be pushing myself more than I am. Like right now, I'm just kind of at the minimum with everything. And it's like, okay, I got my minimum number of invites and I got my minimum number of like girls and stuff. It's like I want to do more because that'll obviously help a lot more. I also feel like I need to do more of like the in-person stuff. I do a lot of it through Instagram and messages and stuff because that has become more of my comfort zone. It gives me time to think about how I'm going to respond. It gives me time to think about how I want to come across, which I think is good because now I have a good foundation for when I am in person.
Yeah.
But I'd like to be more in person with things. So my numbers still at a 0 for this month, unfortunately. It kind of pains me to say that because I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm doing a lot and then I see those numbers and it's like, I don't know. I'm not doing enough, I guess. I don't know. And so then the question, I guess, is, I hope I didn't forget it. I will have a really good conversation with somebody and the person will say, that's really cool what you do. I like what you do. And man, I wish I could do that. I wish I could be a part of that. This has literally happened with this one person, and it's happened with a couple people now. And I invite this person. I've invited him a couple times. He ignores me every single time to that invite. And like I follow up, and then like with the zombie challenge, I was like, hey, I hope I didn't scare you off with my invite, just like joking. And he was like, oh no, that's cool. How are you? And I was like he's still just, even when I'm like, hey, like specific about it, he just ignores it. And it's just weird to me. It's like, I don't know what to do. It's like somebody asks you a question and then you just never respond to that. You just pretend like it never happened. And
yeah, no, I actually, I'm giggling because I totally have people do that to me and I'm like, you like get it?
Yeah,
you got it, right? But I think, what you said before is so totally true. Like we're planting seeds.
Yeah.
And so if you feel like the seed has thoroughly been planted and you occasionally water it and
watered, fertilized, everything.
Right, like you're like layering it on. I have found I've gotten a few people to finally answer and say, I want nothing to do with what you're doing, honey, but I just love you. I just love you and I want to keep talking to you. So I didn't want to say no because I didn't want you to stop talking to me.
Aww.
And I'm like, you are so cute. And now I'm flagging you for follow-ups of love. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because some people just want to be your friend and they follow you and they feel like, even if it's only a couple of people following you, you'll be surprised at how many people have followed you every single day for the last however many months, and they feel like they know you and they feel like you're their friend and they don't want to do anything to jeopardize that. So yeah, it's just part of it. It's just part of it.
Yeah, I could see that too. And I also have those people that I follow up with and I'm like, I know you said you don't want to be a part of it, but I just like you.
Yeah, Totally.
Cool.
Yep. I think it's you know, as long as we're continuing to deliver content that serves, that helps people, which you 100% do, people are going to continue following us. And it might not be right for them right now. Maybe it will be down the line, but I'm going to just keep inviting until they tell me not to, if I like them and I want, you know, if I like their vibe and want them to be a part of it. But I don't get hung up on those ones.
I also noticed that some of their followers are also my followers now. And I didn't do that. Like, and they're legit people, but it looks like, you know, somebody that's worked with him or something. Like, he's a personal trainer at a gym. And so, and he does that on the side with construction. So he has people that he like, that follow him, that work with him, that, you know, are now following me. So it's like, hey, it's fine. You know, that's cool.
Yeah, totally. So I think, is that everything?
Yeah.
That is the end. So guys, we're going to meet next Tuesday. That is our night. I know you guys are getting off. I have a challenge for you. Oh, Lisbeth. We didn't do Lisbeth.
That's it.
Hold on, girl. I got you. I'm unmuting you. Lisbeth's about to lose her shit right now. Girl,
Don't forget about me.
give me that perfect 10. I answered for you in my head.
Oh, well, tonight is my designated catch-up night. So I would say that I'm probably like an 8 or 9, but my goal is always 10. So I can't handle being not 10. So, so we're going to work on tonight. My numbers are, I'm still at 2, still that same person. Lots of conversations, sent lots of stuff out, copied Bay's conversation, trying that. I have the mental stuff there. Oh, I wanted to say something. When I'm driving the call, I think I wanted to say amen a couple times, and I was like, oh my God. When I like asked my brother one time, he was like, I am not joining your exercise church. And I was like, this is now exactly like church. We're having a sermon to start, and then we're building community. We're doing exercise church.
I'm down. I know, Alex, I remember this conversation. I know that's how he feels about it. That particular brother and I used to be.
Oh, I'm feeling pumped. My sermon.
Wait, I lost you. I didn't hear what you just said.
I said, I'm feeling pumped because I got my sermon for the week. So I'm ready to revive to go through and like get the rest of the stuff done.
Cool.
I have the same 2 people that I've talked to about being coaches. So I'm going to, one of them, it was like a whole new foreign idea, even though I feel like that's how we started the conversation was with coaching. She was like, I don't even remember that. So I'm trying to bring her around to it. And I've got lots of conversations to follow up with and just like do the thing you did. Like, okay, I'm finalizing my roster. You in this time or next time?
Yep. Awesome. Any questions?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Cool. Guys, I have one last challenge for you before we get off, and that challenge is, at some point tonight, I want to challenge you guys to send someone a message who is working out, who is not on your team, who is not, they can be a Beachbody person, they can be a non-Beachbody person, someone whose page you come across, and I want you to send them a video message pump-up speech. You are kicking butt. I am so impressed by your transformation story. I'm so impressed by you sharing your journey. Keep going. You're killing it. Because I think we all need that sometimes, and we forget to cheer on the people who are already rocking. And I hope that that's what this is for you, that this is like a you're already rocking, keep going kind of a speech. But I did that for a bunch of people this week just as a conversation starter. You guys, I had a girl, and I played it for Kay, post on her story. She was like she was like emotional. Like this girl that I've been following forever just like sent me this message, and she said to keep, like, she was talking about me. It was so weird, but it was so cute. And then she, like, I've come to find out she was doing an 8-day obsession. Her coach quit. So I thought she was another Beachbody coach or customer or whatever, but her coach had quit and her coach's coach had quit and everybody had quit. So she was just rocking it on her own, tagging Autumn Calabrese and everything. And so anyway, she was like, I was like, guess what? Welcome to the team. You're on our team now. Want to be a coach? And she was like, I do. That shit never happens. But I do think that law of attraction, you put out love into the world, it will come straight back at you. And nobody's going to get mad at you for cheering them on. So that can be one message that you come back to in the morning that you know is going to be a positive response. Because maybe you've put out some invites and some people get them and they come at you sideways because they didn't like your invite or, you know, whatever. You've got some automatic, you know, love responses that are going to be there waiting for you in the morning. So just send out some love. And then tomorrow morning, let me know how you feel. Let me know how people respond. Love challenge. Ready, go. Okay, love you all. Good night.